I want to do one more check. Do we have Regent Foskey on the line yet? So before we get started, Chair Flores, I think what we'll do, since Regent Harrell had agreed to sit in originally for Tinsley, we'll have her serve in place of Foskey. And if Foskey comes on the line, then we'll just have Foskey vote going forward, if that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Okay. All right, everyone. Good morning. This is Laura Tibbetts in the system office. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chair Flores to start the meeting.
Thank you, Laura. Good morning and welcome to the Telephonic Rules and Regulations Committee meeting for February 9th, 2022. I am Regent Don Flores, chair of this committee. The time is 10 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Notice of this meeting was provided to the Secretary of State as required by Texas Open Meetings Act, Government Code, Chapter 551. Please note that the audio of this meeting is being broadcast live. Before we take a roll, I would like to remind everyone to please mute their phones unless you need to speak. Laura, let's begin the roll call with committee members and any other regents.
Great. And just for the record, Chair Flores, because I know you're on Mountain Time, we started at 11:01. That's okay. That's why I'm here. Hey. All right. So with that,
that's why you have my back.
All right, here we go. I'm going to start with you, Chair Flores.
Present.
All right, Regent Tinsley.
Here.
Thank you. And do we have Regent Foskey? Okay, not present. Regent Harrell.
Good morning, present.
Thank you. Regent Crane.
Here.
And do we have any other regents who've joined us on the call? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. May we have a roll call of system office and component representatives?
Sure. Do we have Chancellor McCall? Okay. Nellie Herrera.
Present.
Do we have Daniel Harper? Therese Sternenberg?
Here.
Thank you. Derek Alexander?
Here.
John Hayek?
Here.
We have Carol Fox. I think she's streaming. Sean Cunningham?
Here.
Thank you. And do we have any other system members on the call? Okay, thank you. I'll move down to the institutions, starting with Lamar University.
Jaime Taylor and CFO Jeremy Altopper here.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. How about Sam Houston?
Elisa White.
Carlos Hernandez and McCartney Johnson.
Great, thank you. Sol Ross.
Hi, this is Pete Gallego.
Thank you, President Gallego. Texas State University.
Denise Trouth here, and also on the call are Jean Bourgeois, Eric Algo, and Lisa Lloyd.
Thank you, Dr. Trouth. LIT. Do we have anyone from LIT yet? Okay, we'll move down. Lamar State College Orange.
Tom Johnson, Wendy Elmore, and Mary Wickland's on the line as well.
Great, thank you. And Lamar State College Port Arthur.
Good morning. This is Betty Renard and Mary Wickland.
Great, thank you. We also have Chancellor McCall now. And did anyone else join the line since I've done roll call?
LIT.
Great. President Howard, anyone else with you?
Yes, Rudy Gonzalez, Angela Hill, Veronica Garcia.
Great, thank you. Anyone else? All right, that concludes roll call.
Thank you, Laura. With that, I'd like to note that Nellie Herrera briefed me on the agenda items prior to the meeting. At this time, I ask that she present the Rules and Regulations Committee agenda items. Nellie?
Thank you, Chairman Flores. We have three changes that are being proposed to our system rules. The first rule change is actually located at page RR1, or if you're following along in the board book, it's page 397. It's a new section. It's being proposed to an existing rule at Chapter 3, Paragraph 9. Here, we're proposing new language that would require board approval before names of buildings or geographic areas are removed when such names were previously approved by the board. And Chairman Flores, I'd like to just note for the sake of clarity that this proposed rule change, like all the other ones being considered this morning, would apply prospectively, not retroactively. And Chairman Flores, unless there are questions regarding this first proposed rule change, I'll proceed to the next one.
Thank you. Are there any questions regarding this item? Hearing none, Nellie, please proceed to the next item, please.
Thank you. So the second proposed rule change is located at page RR2. Again, if you're following along in the board book, it's page 398. The changes are being proposed to Chapter 6, Paragraph 14, section titled Foreign Travel for Educational Purposes. Here, the proposed change will allow components the discretion to approve requests from faculty and staff who wish to travel for educational purposes to countries that have been designated at a level 3 or level 4 by the U.S. Department of State. And again, Chairman Flores, one of the things I'd like to point out is that the board approved similar changes last year to this section regarding foreign travel for students. What we're doing this time is making sure that those same changes will apply regarding foreign travel for our faculty and staff. So unless there are any changes to this rule, I'll proceed to the next one.
Okay.
Or any questions to this rule, I'll proceed to the next one.
Hearing none, please proceed.
So the last rule change is located to our sexual misconduct policy. It is located at page 3, RR 3 and 4. It's in board book 399 and 400. The change we're proposing to our system sexual misconduct policy is to add possible sanctions that may be imposed on a student when the student has been found to be responsible for violations of the sexual misconduct policy. The additional sanctions include suspension, deferred suspension, a written warning, and expulsion. And Chairman Flores, unless there are questions about this proposed change, that concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Nellie. Regent Tinsley and Regent Harrell, are there any items that either of you would like to move off the consent agenda for consideration by the full board?
This is Regent Harrell. No, I don't have any.
Thank you. As no one is requesting that we move any items off the consent agenda, Regent Harrell and Regent Tinsley, I move that we recommend board approval of the proposed changes to the system rules on the consent agenda. Regent Harrell, do you agree?
I agree.
Regent Tinsley, do you agree?
Agreed.
Thank you, Regent Harrell and Regent Tinsley, for your responses. In light of the proposed changes to the system rules will remain on the consent agenda with the committee's recommendation for approval. Are there as there's no other items for consideration, this concludes the business of the Rules and Regulations Committee and concludes today's telephonic meeting. Thanks to everyone for attending. And for the record, the time is 11:09.
All right.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.